So hello, a beautiful day to, of course, every person who decided to join, on this train. And of course, this is the cryptocurrency corner. And on the cryptocurrency corner, what we try to do is to try to expose, of course, crypto scams because in this new world of technology, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, you discover that one of the challenges, that has been met, in terms of the challenge for Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, Ethereum, Litecoin, or whatever, is that there have been a lot of scams running around, and it is time for us to truly expose some of those scams, and that's the more reason why we decided to start up this channel to actually also allow people to get to know what some of those platforms are out for. As what we call high yield interest, paying high, opportunities. And what those opportunities do is they promise more than they can pay, and they have been using Bitcoin as a platform to leverage on going forward and things like that. As somebody who has been in the cryptocurrency space, I think I've been in the cryptocurrency space for about close to about a year and a half now. So I know some of those things, because one of the things that I have tried to do is some of those business, I try to put in some little amount of money to see what those businesses are like, and then what they have been doing to a lot of people, in terms of scamming them of their hard-earned currency. I believe some people will see this video, maybe much later, after I'm actually off. Of course, you can always drop your comment, and when you are on my channel, of course, on this cryptocurrency corner, feel free also to click the like button, and also click the subscription button, sorry, so that you are also able to subscribe to the channel, so that you'll be able to get daily updates in terms of crypto scams, businesses which are out there to scam people of their hard and cryptocurrency. One of the things that I tell people is this: people should learn to keep any coin that they have. It's a lot better than putting it into some high yield interest paying programs. Although there are some also genuine opportunities which are out there, also we will also with time also try to take a look at some of the genuine opportunities that are available. So you're welcome to my channel again, and the topic today is Africans are more victims of crypto scams. I'll tell you why. Now, the reason why Africans are more victims of crypto scams is because of the fact that most people in Africa are, it's kind of like this technology is kind of like new. A lot of people are not taking it into cognizance, for the fact that, they could be also, some opportunities that are not true. I have actually also fallen victim to some of those things. So that's one reason why I'm really interested, in talking about it. And I'm recording live to you, from South Africa. And of course, here in South Africa, most recently, there was a case of, people, losing a lot of money. And also it caused a major challenge. And it's been, something that has been much talked about. And so we are hoping that, with our platform, we should be able to really expose some of the crypto scams, so that when we have opportunity of really wanting to invest in some of these businesses, we are wary of it. And of course, feel free also, like I said, also to drop information on some of the schemes that people are asking you to sign up on. And feel free, when you drop information, we can also do our own researches and findings, and of course be able to also let you in on what we have seen, if it's a scam or if it's not a scam, and what are those things that you really need to be wary of, and some of the red flags, and also things like that. So this channel is basically for that. So today we will be exposing one of those businesses that I call a scam. And one of the things I also want to say is that most of this business operate from Brazil. Most of the businesses that end up signing on Africans operate from Brazil. Most of them Brazil, or maybe from from Russia. I discovered that one of the things with them is that it's only two places in the world you can find some of those businesses, most especially from Brazil. I'm not saying that other countries are not involved, but I'm saying that most of these scammers have been coming either from Brazil or from Russia. Now, back in 2015 or thereabout, 2016 or thereabout, I think, yeah, 2016 or thereabout. And a friend of mine called me up. I was in Lagos, Nigeria, and a friend of mine called me up, and he was like, yeah, there's this opportunity, and he gave me all of the analysis and everything. At that time, I wasn't really even involved in the cryptocurrency as it were. But one of the things that I discovered, from that opportunity, he was telling me, of course, he made a lot of money at some short point in time. And guess what? One of the saddest things that could happen to him, that ever did happen to him, was that at the end of the day, a lot of people's money got hung up in that business, because it kept updating, upgrading, bringing up several things, several informations, think of things that were wrong. Sorry, my phone there, music is playing from the phone, but it kept bringing up different updates in terms of what was wrong, and how they were having issues with paying because of some of the new updates that they did. And so he explained to me, and at some point in time, we got talking about another different business altogether, and he was telling his challenge that he had, in the former business, and I could understand with him. And I was like, okay, fine. If this is the situation that you are going through, and this is the situation that you had gone through, I will also take my time to really research in a lot of businesses. And also, like I said, I have also been victim of scams, several scams also. And like somebody who is involved in the cryptocurrency world, one funny thing is that you end up recruiting one or two people. So today, I'm going to talk about one of those businesses that I wasn't really taking it serious, because I wasn't really willing to take it serious. I know the power of how I can actually swing trade my bitcoins and whatever. So I put in a little amount of money to really see what was happening, and here is what I found. So I will be sharing my screen with you briefly, for you, every one of you, to really see how those people have been able, and they've been swindling, let me just say, the Nigerians, Kenyans, and of course Ugandans, and of course I think some people from also Botswana also. So I'm going to really share my screen to really give you an analysis of this, for you to truly see how some of the scams work. So this business called Bit Club Advantage started in 2000 and I think 2017, and of course they started off, and this is what happened. Now they signed up people, and they were paying on a daily payment, and people are now putting in money. Of course, one of the things that these people do is this. I have discovered from the days of MMM. I don't know if Mavrodi something. I'm going to talk about that later. It really opened the minds of a lot of people in Africa to some of the scams. So from that day, I discovered that they were paying a little amount of money for those who paid them $50, $100, and people now were really, really satisfied with the system, and people started putting in $1,000, $5,000, or maybe $10,000, and you can trust Africans, even though that they don't have money. When you talk about businesses, you see them, go lending money and things like that. And some people ran into debt, and so in the course of that, I did my own finding, and that was what Bit Club Advantage also did. And most recently, I have been following the trend, and they had this group. They also, I was also placed on. I was studying the trend and seeing what was happening, seeing why people, when people were also talking about how they were losing money, and of course they were not able to get, their monies back and what have you. And then, of course, sometime early this year, they were asked to upgrade. I also agreed to upgrade, but I did not want to put in any money, because I knew anything upgrade, of course, we are heading towards the days of what we call the business also called D9. I will also talk about that in one of my other videos. Now, here is the deal. After they did the upgrade, now they said they could not pay, and this is what they say: they could not pay, because of the price of Bitcoin had fallen. Hello. How is that any of my businesses? The price of Bitcoin has fallen if you are not a scam. Now, people paid. Some people paid loads of money. In fact, there was a friend of mine, we're talking, he paid almost $500 to really upgrade, and he could not get a dime. All of a sudden, they now came up that there's this other new coin, ATM coin or something like that. Also, it's a coin also from Brazil. It's also on Coin Market Cap. That's a good thing. And they said that they will want to use ATM coin now that they've actually spoken with the people of ATM coin. There's nothing wrong with ATM coin. It's also a good coin, but that they had discussed with these people of ATM coin and what have you. I was one of the first person to go sign up on ATM coin to really see what was going to play out. Now, what I did to really turn their backs on them is this: I sent my mail, sent my ATM coin wallet to Bit Club Advantage, and I said, okay, it's time now for you to pay, the whole thing that you're talking about. And then they came up with another thing. And they said, no, we have to forget all about the ATM coin, knowing fully well, because, of course, time was running against them. And here is what they posted on the page now. I'm going to show you now with the screen sharing. So we're going to share my screen, and then of course, let's see what BitClub Advantage is now telling loads of Africans concerning their investments. How about you? Have a good look, and let us discuss it. Now, here's it. Now, this is what they say. Now, this is a new mail. Of course, you can see is there the top left, of course, including names that I don't use on this. So now this is what they say. They say, in order to keep BitClub Advantage alive, they say, due to its reliability and great success, BitClub Advantage African was created. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. Now, why is it that they have left the business globally? Because they cannot truly operate in so many countries, including their country. If not, when you have, I have invested in what we call cloud mining before, and cloud mining is not interested, in terms of whatever country you can be. Like for example, Bitcoin.com operates a cloud mining. Where did they say Bitcoin a pool mining and what have you? African? No. So this alone. Now look at this now. They say what will be done by BitClub Advantage? Like I said, people had upgraded from Bitcoin Advantage 1.0 now to 2.0, and now they are saying 3.0. And people that upgraded to 2.0 were not able to get their funds back. People now that they are telling to upgrade to 3.0 will not be able to get their coins, their monies back. Now look at this now. They say all balances will be paid in the future as already, I don't know what that English means, already said before, due to the sharp decline of Bitcoin. We are negotiating with crypto coins to be paid to all. We don't just seem to understand. And I was discussing a few days ago, and many of them are fallen victim for this because it's not my business. I mean, if you are a random business now, and you say you are a business that operates, for example, like cloud mining platforms that operate, now you can't tell me that you're operating a cloud mining platform, and of course, because Bitcoin price has fallen, so you're not going to pay, you're not going to pay the resources or what have you. So why make any promise in the first place? And the thing is this, many people will fall for this and put in another money, and now they will tell them to upgrade to 4.0. Now, look at this now. Why the great African? He said, due to the seriousness and commitment that everyone already knows and knows who we are. I mean, I don't know that. I don't know that. It is much better to continue working with who we can trust than to go into unknown companies, because we always honor the delivery of the product that, hello, they have never delivered on 2.0. I know of a friend, she is involved in the business and over $2,000 or $3,000 in the drain for 2.0 to upgrade, and for her to upgrade to this level now, before she was able to get 3.0 payment for 2.0. So which means if she had upgraded from 1.0 to 2.0 and she has not gotten payment, then all paid out, then is she now going to upgrade to 3.0 and then she'll be paid? I don't know what people are talking about. They say once bitten, twice shy. Now look at this now. They said, but until the solution of everything so that none of you come to adventure with strangers. I don't just seem to understand this English, because these people themselves, to show you how they are good scammers, don't even understand English. We decided to start the BitClub Advantage Africa, in which we give our word and commitment that all will have both the products as if for all the work that they do and all payment, which is now daily, as we guarantee that everyone has one. And this will have done for everybody to believe is this. Now, why not set up those who have upgraded, start paying them every single day? Then people will now be convinced that that is done. Not to say people should upgrade again when they have not gotten their payment for 2.0. What is the differential for BitClub Advantage African? We are long-time partners and thousands have had great experiences. None has, and I want to say this, none has had any great experience, because people were scammed into the fact that when you introduce somebody, you get, people get monies in return and what have you. And they said with the BitClub Advantage project, we give our word that thousands will be very successful in the BitClub Advantage African. These people are based in Brazil. And one of the funniest things, I was checking on LinkedIn 4, the president of the company, he doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. So whatever name that he has passed and handed down doesn't exist. Most companies, you can check for their names on, let's go to LinkedIn, because I really love, doing things like this. Now, so let's, of course, his name is Alex Pereira or something like that. So actually, child, this is good. Let's come back to what we're talking about. So why daily withdrawals? They say to show our commitment and seriousness to all the costs, and this new restart, the guarantee, new restart. Can you imagine that? New restart, we can guarantee the success is total, and we are sure that all the firm of this partnership to activate their packages to have 2.5% daily in cash out and to make an excellent network job. So there's a lot of things that they wrote there, and of course, they signed in the board of directors. Let me tell you this. Like I said, I invested. And when they asked the money in the system, I used it to upgrade. But I want you to see something. It is flat at this point in time. So now look at this now. I want to show you something. Now, one of the things that they want me to do is for if to receive cash out, you need to do a renovation. After I use the money in the system to do the renovation, these people think they are talking with fools. I've spoken with people on the group several, and I told them, I said, for me, as far as I'm concerned, I do not believe that this is interested in paying any dime. Their monies have gone down the drain. It has gone down. A lot of believe what I have to tell them. I mean, their money is in there. So already there's this emotion towards the fact that these people may pay at one point in time. But if there has been 1.0 to 2.0, there was no payment. From 2.0 to 3.0, there will still not be any payment. Even if it gets to 10.0, there will still be no payment. So, Africans, brothers, sisters, and people around the world, Bit Club Advantage African is on course now. And by some of the people is that the man has different groups with different words, with different things. This calls for me showing some of my my private messages. I'm so sorry about this. My private messages, and I want us to just look at in the group, in the chat group. I'm sure nobody can actually be able to look at good. Great. Now here is what is happening in the group, and this is what is happening in the group. And now this is what Pereira. Hi. Hi, Mr. James. Whatever, the system has not been updated yet. All need waiting for update where the winnings will appear. Alex Pereira, Brazil CEO. Good morning, everyone. At the last update from 2.0 to 3.0 of BitClub, the system took 3 days. 3 days, to be updated. All need to wait for the system update. It's normal. The system asks to renew if it has not finalized its update. Wait for the final update, and we will go forward with BitClub Advantage African. All because they think that some sets of Africans are new to the crypto technology. Like I said, called Alex Pereira. He started his business, and with Dean, I said, we're going to check the name. Of course, I would like things like the name so that I get the right name, so that I don't mix the name up. Now, this is the name. We're copying it now, and then we'll put it on LinkedIn because we are going to search out the name. Because most companies usually have their accounts on LinkedIn. So let's just see. Now, so the Alex Pereira available on LinkedIn, and anybody can do this. Anybody whatsoever can do this. You can check all of the Alex. No one created with BitClub and is associated with BitClub Advantage. You can check all of them that I have gone through. If this man was not a scammer, one of the easiest way to get this whole thing would have been what? To go through his LinkedIn page until he posts his LinkedIn page, then I will believe that he is not a scammer. For example, one of the companies that I signed up, is Hatchplay, even though they don't pay, they have a certain limit, for what the amount of this they paid for, or this, and of course it has to do with hash coins and whatever. You find a lot of their people, whatever, and of course also if you can go through it, you may be able to find who are behind the whole hash flare thing. I'm not saying that I discovered that I might, a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency mining opportunity, and they still mine. Of course, they are also with hash coins as well. Please, I'm not saying anybody. I discovered that it takes a lot for them to actually pay commissions. Commissions start from actually 0.01, of course, which of course you put in they wouldn't even tell you about the fees that you pay, and then of course they end up swindling you, and of course the fees are more than you are even earning. And which other famous person can we now see now? Let's just see if we can check on which other fellow now. There are a lot of people in the Bitcoin space that we may actually wanted to check. But what I'm saying in essence is that the Advantage African, the CEO, has no name on LinkedIn and doesn't exist anywhere. I have been doing my findings. This fellow, like they said, started from D9, and from D9, of course, now he started his own business of BitClub Advantage. We are just given only a part of this whole thing, and subsequently, over the next few days, I shall be able to talk more of, what, this fellow is doing at this point, how swindling a lot of people. So, this is the first part of the episode. The Cryptocurrency Corner is a place where we talk about scams, business scams on the internet that has to do with cryptocurrency. We want the cryptocurrency world to be a better world. And so, this is just my humble take, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon over the next few days. Thank you so very much, and goodbye.